What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have another situation where when you have certain stipulations, people will hang on to them. They will use them against you. They will use them as an excuse and a rhyme and reason for your being victorious. And that's undefeated, 5-time, 3-division world champion, superstar boxer who is widely acknowledged and recognized as one of the faces, if not the face of the sport of boxing, in Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 29 wins, no losses, no draws, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He'll be 29 years of age on Tuesday. He is 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis is the cash cow, arguably the face of the sport of boxing, and a superstar in the sport of boxing, right? In some of Gervonta Tank Davis's fights, he has an asterisk by some of those victories because he incorporated rehydration clauses, catch weights, and he used his A-side status as a way to have what is being deemed an advantage over his opponents. Most recently, we have well-renowned former trainer of the year, former world champion, will go in the Hall of Fame, I believe, as a trainer, a world-class trainer, and that's Robert Garcia, RGB, Robert Garcia Boxing Academy, out in California. Robert Garcia is the older brother to 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer who is a retired future Hall of Famer, and Mikey Garcia. Robert Garcia is a trainer, and he focuses a lot, and he has a lot of upcoming Mexican talent that Robert Garcia trains. Now, he trains African American and all types, but he really focuses on, his specialty is training Mexican fighters because he's familiar with that style. And most recently, he had a fighter that was very exciting and made a huge splash and made a name for himself, right? Well, I don't want to say make a name for himself because he already had a name, but he's put what they deem the lightweight division on notice. And a lot of people are taking notice of who he is, and that's Raymond MURATALLA, okay? Who is 19 wins, no losses, no draws, 16 wins by way of knockout. He's 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. He fights at 135 pounds in the same division as Gervonta Tank Davis fights. Okay, Raymond MURATALLA is a fighter that is exciting. He's big, he's aggressive, he has power. And last night, okay, he got a knockout victory. He got an 8th round knockout victory over Diego Torres Nunez. He got an 8th round brutal knockout victory and on top rank, and he put the lightweight division on notice. Now, after the fight, he called out undisputed lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, because he said Devin Haney has all the belts and that's the fight that he wants. Devin Haney is now campaigning to become, he moved up in weight and he's looking to become a 2-division champion. He's going to challenge Regis Rougarou Prograis for the WBC junior welterweight world title December 9th. So he doesn't hold the WBC title. That title is going to go to the winner, Shakur Stevenson, Edward De Los Santos fight that's going to take place November 16th. With that said, Boxing and Barbecue put up a poll on social media. And Boxing and Barbecue said, we want to see Raymond MURATALLA versus Gervonta Tank Davis. And Robert Garcia responds and has this to say: what weight class, what rehydration clause, and what gloves is Gervonta Tank Davis going to choose for us to wear? Right? Now, obviously, so he's referring to Gervonta Tank Davis wanting an unfair advantage And Gervonta Tank Davis in 2 fights in particular, which was his fight when he jumped up from 130 to 140 and he challenged the WBA regular champion at 140, Mexican star in Mario Barrios, and he had a rehydration clause. The fight took place at 140 pounds, but he had a rehydration clause. And Tank Davis got 3 knockdowns and knocked out Mario Barrios in the 11th round. And after the fight, Tank Davis said he wasn't comfortable campaigning at 140 pounds. It's just too big. And then we find out that Mario Barrios had a rehydration clause. And most recently in his last fight, April 16th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, where he took on now former lightweight, now junior welterweight Mexican-American superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia. That was the most lucrative, the biggest, the most important fight of Gervonta Tank Davis' career. And he's dropped Ryan Garcia in the 2nd round and stopped him in the 7th round. Right? With that said, Ryan Garcia was 2 years and 2 fights removed from fighting at 135. He was fighting at 140. Is that Gervonta Tank Davis' fault? No. Ryan Garcia's pretty big kid, 5'10", 70-inch arm reach, and he's young at 25 years of age with extremely fast hands and power. And so many people felt like he handicapped, that being Gervonta Tank Davis, handicapped Ryan Garcia, right? And so with that said, when you have these types of circumstances and these types of requests and people feel like you're throwing your A-side status around, this is always going to rear its head. Now, in the case of Gervonta Tank Davis taking on Mario Barrios, who is 5'11", maybe 6 feet tall, 71-inch arm reach, fights at 140, and then have Gervonta Tank Davis moving up from 130, moving all the way up to 140, 10 pounds. So Tank Davis was fighting at super featherweight, and Mario Barrios was fighting at junior welterweight, 10-pound jump, and he had a rehydration clause. That's understandable. Let's say Mario Barrios couldn't rehydrate more than 5 pounds, right? Well, that'd be a 15-pound increase for Gervonta Tank Davis. Still, in all, if you're going to jump up and you're going to fight somebody, fight them at their full capacity, full strength. Nonetheless, the fight with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was 2 fights and 2 years removed. At the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is a big kid. Mario Barrios is a big kid. They chose to accept this. They didn't have to accept it. Okay? They didn't have to accept it. And now you have a situation where you have a fighter who does not have to accept it, but yet he fights in a division. He actually fights in a division with Gervonta Tank Davis. So it's MURATALLA. He fights in the division. Raymond MURATALLA fights in the division with Gervonta Tank Davis. He's a 35-pounder. Mario Barrios was a 140-pounder. Tank was fighting at 130. Ryan Garcia was fighting at 140. Tank was fighting at 135. So they fought at a catchweight at 136 with a rehydration clause. Again, at the end of the day, Gervonta Tank Davis represents that huge payday, and fighters don't want to miss out on that huge payday. So they take what they deem to be an unfair advantage in favor of Gervonta Tank Davis, but they don't have to. They don't have to allow Gervonta Tank Davis to choose the gloves, choose the weight, have a rehydration clause, because they don't have to take the fight. They can simply tell the world, Gervonta Tank Davis is trying to weight drain me. Gervonta Tank Davis is trying to have a massive advantage over me, and I'm not going to take the fight because of that. And fighters will get a lot of respect. Now they're going to lose out on a massive payday, but they'll garner a massive amount of respect for doing so. So at the end of the day, it all boils down to 2 things. Do you want the respect and the fairness, or do you want the paycheck? That's what it ultimately boils down to. When Floyd Mayweather had his crossover opportunity, he fought Oscar De La Hoya, who made him fight at 154. He never fought at 154. A whole weight class up. That's a rehydration. That's a weight stipulation. He made Floyd Mayweather come up to junior middleweight. He chose Floyd Mayweather's glove size. He chose the ring size. He shrunk the ring so Floyd Mayweather, who was mobile, wouldn't have much space to move around in. He chose heavyweight gloves that Floyd Mayweather had to wear to slow his hand speed down. And he got a 70-30 split in favor of himself. And Floyd Mayweather was already the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world and a 4-division world champion, pay-per-view star, and a Hall of Famer. Floyd Mayweather took it because he understood what it represents. You take it against Gervonta Tank Davis, you understand what it represents. If you're victorious, all you got to do is come out on top. Easier said than done. Point blank and period. So, is this a fight that's realistic to happen next? No. Again, Raymond Martella is on Top Rank. Tank Davis is with PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founding advisor Al Heyman. And we don't know exactly where they're going to land next since Showtime decided to get out the business of the sport of boxing after 37 years. So, Robert Garcia complaining about Gervonta Tank Davis choosing to wait, having rehydration clauses, and choosing the gloves is null and void because your fighter don't have to take it. You either taking the respect and the fairness, or you're going to take that paycheck. 9 times out of 10, they taking a paycheck. So don't complain. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All one word. So all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.